Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oyinko, and if it's your first time stopping by, you are most definitely welcome. In today's video, we're going to be washing our brushes, and I'm going to be showing you how you can achieve very clean brushes. Just look at that brush, for example. See how greasy and dirty it is. We're going to be washing it to the point that it looks beautiful, flawless, and as good as new. If that sounds like something that you've been interested in, then you definitely want to keep on watching. Please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it, and hit the subscribe button down below. Without further ado, let's jump right into the tools. So the first thing that you're going to be needing is a brush egg. Now this is an optional tool. If you don't have it, you are good to go. Don't worry, we can still substitute. Next, you're going to be needing some extra virgin olive oil, and the brand that I use today is Goya extra virgin cooking oil. You can just use any olive oil that you have. So after that, we're going to be needing a natural vinegar, and I am using this one by Laziz. You can use any one that you have, but just use white vinegar. Really, that's the most important thing. It helps to break down the particles. And last but not the least, you're going to need some dishwashing liquid. You can use shampoo if you have. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to start by adding my dishwashing liquid into a clean bowl. Like you can see, I'm using the antibacterial one just because I feel like it helps to remove the bacteria from the makeup brushes, because remember, there would definitely have been some bacteria left on the makeup brushes, so that's why I'm using that particular one. Next thing I'm going to be using is my extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to put that into that solution just to loosen up the makeup, most especially for my cream products and my liquid products like my foundation. I want to loosen it up a little, and I want the product to come off the brush very easily, and that's why I'm using the extra virgin olive oil. After that, I'm going to take the vinegar, and I'm using just about a cup of both of them, the extra virgin olive oil and the vinegar. The vinegar is also to loosen up the product and to help it break down from my brushes much easier, so that's why I'm doing that as well. Then I'm going to take about a cup of warm water. I'm using warm water specifically because warm water helps with grease. I'm sure that you guys know from even when you're washing your dishes, you would notice that warm water helps to loosen up grease much easier, and some of the products that we are using are oil based, so that's why I'm using warm water. At this point, I'm putting the brushes into the solution that we have made, and I'm leaving them to soak for a bit. And if you notice the measurement of the water, you would see that the water isn't reaching the body of my brushes, it is only at the bristles. And I did this intentionally because I don't want the water to seep into where the glue of my brushes is, because if it seeps into where the glue is, it will make the bristles weak, and then the brushes will start to fall off strand by strand. And some of these brushes are expensive. We want them to last as long as possible. That's why I'm not doing it that way. I'm just making sure that they stay at the bristles, because bristles are the most important part. Don't worry about the handle of the brush that is a bit dirty. We're also going to clean that off as well. After leaving my brushes to sit for about 20 minutes in the solution, you can see how dirty the solution has become because the products have loosened away from the brushes and they are now in that liquid. So you can see how dirty the liquid is now. Even that foundation brush, just look how significantly less dirty it is just by soaking it for about 20 minutes. So we're going to move on next to washing the brushes. Alright, so now I'm at the sink and I'm taking my brush egg and I'm going to scrub the brushes on that brush egg, you know, just like deep cleanse it a little bit and just to make sure that all the edges don't have any product. You can see how I'm doing. I'm just scrubbing all the brushes on that brush egg. And remember, we already put some soap in that liquid right there, so we don't really need extra soap. But if you feel like you want some extra soap, please by all means use some extra soap. But for me, I didn't use any extra soap. I just went back and forth with the brushes to try and get them as clean as possible. Now I'm rinsing the brush under running water, still using that brush egg, just to make sure that all the products have been removed from the brush. Now take your time with this, don't apply too much pressure, if not you would cause the bristles to fall out. Just apply enough to make it clean, but not too much to the point that you start to damage the brush. Alright, can you see how much cleaner the brush has become just by doing that? Now I did that just to, get all the excess water out of the brush, and then we're going to do this exact same thing for all the other brushes till they are clean and product free. So you can also empty the liquid and just create a fresh soapy water for yourself if you don't want your brushes to continue to sit in that product filled liquid. And that is what I'm doing here. I'm just adding some regular Morning Fresh into that bowl, and I'm going to add some water as well, just to make some soapy water that I'm going to use to then scrub the rest of my brushes. And the soapy water this time around is clean soapy water, as opposed to the product filled dirty soapy water that we were using before. When it comes to smaller brushes like your eyeshadow and lip brush, you can wash them in multiples. See how I just grabbed a bunch of them and I'm just washing them on the brush egg? You don't have to actually wash them one by one. It will save you a good number of minutes if you group wash them like so. Now I'm going to show you how you shouldn't rinse your brush. Don't rinse it like this. The water is going to seep into the bristles and make it weak. Instead, rinse it upside down, alright, so that water flows out and doesn't make the gum of your brush weak and cause the bristles to fall out. If you don't have a brush egg, you can rinse the brush on your hand the way I am doing it there. Just do it in a circular motion so that all the product can come out, and then rinse it upside down under running water. Alright, that way you don't have to use a brush egg and you don't have to buy anything that you don't already have. To dry the brushes, make sure that you lay them flat on a flat surface. Don't stand them up when you're drying the brushes, because if you stand them up, remember the water is going to seep into the gum of the brush and make the bristles weak. So you can either hang them upside down or you lay them flat like I am doing here. But the most important thing is to lay them in a direction that the water falls out of the brush instead of going into the brush. I hope that makes sense. So guys, our brushes are officially dry and just look at how beautiful they look. Now I'm going to show you that one we showed in the beginning. Can you see the difference between it being clean and dirty? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.